I wanted to make a quick video that went over the coordinate system preferences inside of Gibbs CAM. What the coordinate system preferences do is it tells Gibbs what to do with the coordinate system when you move it, if it has geometry associated to it, or it has a toolpath associated to it, or there's some out of plane rotation that's associated with it, and a couple other things. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a new coordinate system. Now that new coordinate system is overlaying on the old one, so you can't really see it. So I want to move it to this corner point. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to extract edges. Let's do it. So there's that point. So I'm going to modify it. Let's pull up my modification palette. And I want to move it to a point. So if I want to not have to click every X click, Y click, Z click, I'm going to hold down my Shift and my Alt key, and I'm going to click, and you can see that it fills in all of those for me. I'm going to go ahead and click Do It. Oh, look at that. So my line moved. So this happens to me a lot. So, I'll create a coordinate system, and then I'll create geometry, and then I'll move the coordinate system, and all the geometry explodes and goes all over the place. It's crazy. So how do we stop this from happening? So I'm going to hit Control Z, so I'm going to undo it. I'm going to right mouse button click and open up Preferences, and I get this little palette here. Basically what this says is, what do you want Gibbs CAM to do when you move or modify a coordinate system that has geometry references to it, toolpath references, it has any kind of out of plane rotation associated with it, and then I'll go over self-definition here in a second, but let's talk about geometry references. So I want Gibbs to create a new coordinate system if I modify any coordinate system that has geometry references. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click Do It again. And we can see what happens. If we look over here, it's created a new coordinate system. My old coordinate system is intact with that associated geometry. I know it's associated with this because it's blue. As soon as I click on that new one, it turns purple. That means that that geometry is not associated with it. Okay, and it created a new a new coordinate system right there. All right. So let's talk about self-definition. So let's go ahead and undo that. So what I'm going to do is I want to, now instead of changing them, I want to align it. So let's say I want to pick this and I want to align vertically. Oh, that moved, it aligned it, but it flipped it around 180 degrees. So I'm going to undo that, and you can see vertical does the same thing. So you might have already guessed this. If I hit self-definition, if I use any geometry that is associated with the coordinate system to move it or modify it, it'll create a new coordinate system. So let me show you that. So now I have self-definition. So you can see now I have a new coordinate system that's aligned with that. So I can say vertical, horizontal, whatever the case may be, and I get all these new coordinate systems instead of that line flipping around. So if you're ever, like I said, working in Gibbs and you're moving coordinate systems around, and you're getting all your geometries all over the place, like what happened to that line, this is the reason why. Okay, so there's my coordinate system. Let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to create a new coordinate system, and I want to align it to that point right there. Do it. Great. All right, so now let's talk about the toolpath. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to create a real quick toolpath here, and I'm going to use that user coordinate system as a reference. So I'm going to do that. Do it. There we go. So that's just a quick toolpath. It doesn't matter. It's weird, but it's fine. All right, so now I want to go ahead and let's say I want to move this coordinate system. Now there's toolpath to that. This is one that I run into a lot. So now I'm going to say there's toolpath. I want Gibbs to create a new coordinate system if I move any coordinate system that has toolpath references. So I'm going to say toolpath references, but now I want to modify this, and let's say, I don't know, we'll change the origin and we'll just move it up to 2. Do it. So you can see that that my old coordinate system is there with my toolpaths, but I created a new coordinate system that's up here. So that really quick was my coordinate system preferences video and what Gibbs CAM will do with coordinate systems and geometry and things like that when you move or modify a coordinate system, whether you want a new one or keep the old one. Also really quick before I sign off here, set new coordinate system to viewable. So you can see that if there's a new one, it'll be little eyeball be popped up. or if there's any out of plane rotation. If you have any questions about creating coordinate systems or the coordinate system preferences palette, feel free to call Gibbs CAM technical support or reach out to your local reseller. Thank you.